Welcome to Mindly Way, where we explore life philosophies to grow and find the right path. Get ready to listen for an inner journey. We are all spiritual beings with divinity inside us. It's just that some of us have forgotten about it. Have you been experiencing the overwhelming urge to be alone and away from everyone and everything? You may have been avoiding family events or have told your friends you're busy, but in reality you're in a stage of isolation and have been taking the time to be alone with your thoughts and emotions. Just know that this is of great value to you. You see, here's the thing: being alone during your spiritual journey is not a bad thing. In fact, it's an essential part of the process. There are several reasons why this is the case, and understanding them can help you embrace your solitude and make the most of it. Stick around until the end, because we are going to delve into why periods of isolation is inevitable and necessary, and how it enacts a measurable growth on your spiritual journey. As the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates once said, an unexamined life is not worth living. Isolation offers the necessary distancing oneself from traditional values and family influences, opening the door to a genuine understanding of one's convictions. The human psyche is extremely vulnerable to outside influences from social and interpersonal factors. People frequently take on the ideas and thought patterns of the people they spend time with. But in order to truly become autonomous and forge their own identity, they must break free from these influences and follow their own path. As one develops a better understanding of themselves and establishes a connection with the ultimate truth, solitude offers the essential mental space for challenging and assessing one's beliefs, values, and understanding of oneself. The need for distractions eventually fades, and as a result, the urge to interact with people or pursue outside hobbies temporarily wanes. Instead, one may find comfort in solitude, nature, and reflection. This stage of self-discovery is advantageous as it creates avenues for novel prospects and possibilities. The ego's need for company can make one resistant to being by themselves. It can make one feel as though life is conspiring against them. But once the benefit of solitude is acknowledged, it can be used to one's advantage, which is a blessing in and of itself. It requires a great deal of courage, stamina, and dedication to continue on the path when the need for solitude arises, and very few people possess these qualities. As we reflect on our own thoughts and engage in introspection, we can reach a point of clarity that allows us to discern between the beliefs we have assimilated and those that speak to our innermost selves. The conflicting voices of outside opinions fades away, leaving us with the echo of our own voice, which enables us to question the premises of our conviction. We can then investigate the sources of our beliefs, wondering if they are based on our own experiences or if they are just the result of our mindlessly absorbing outside influences. In the absence of external stimuli, the human mind can more accurately tune into the subtle signals produced within itself. This state of solitude allows us to access and process information that may otherwise be lost in the hectic environment of the outside world. Within this stillness, we are able to confront and analyze our deepest fears and vulnerabilities, as well as tap into the rich reserves of wisdom that reside within our own consciousness to facilitate a more genuine understanding of the self and God. These questions serve as navigational aids, shedding light on the path towards a more genuine understanding of the self and God. Through this practice, we simplify the complications that could impede our spiritual journey by going deeply within to confront our ideas and emotions. As a result, we are better able to distinguish between the important and the non-essential, the authentic and the surface level, when properly learned. Combining various breathing techniques with an emphasis on letting go and simply being present with your thoughts is a potent act that can bring about clarity and calm regarding your life's purpose, as well as develop extraordinary mental strength and stillness that will be of immeasurable benefit to you. The legendary roommate once said, "Within you is the hidden infinity. Explore the depths of your own soul and learn about the world within. The answers to all of our concerns and issues are within us, but we frequently disregard them in favor of outside distractions. Being alone yourself forces you to face your deepest feelings and ideas. This can be a painful process, but it's also tremendously freeing because you'll start to understand yourself in a level you've never understood before. When one sincerely looks within, one finds the required detachment from outside forces. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." This internal focus fosters a heightened sense of self-awareness, which is an essential component in the spiritual quest. Lau further notes that knowing oneself when we go within is not always sunshine and rainbows. Carl Jung spoke eloquently about this topic, saying, "I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." You see, on your spiritual journey, you are not defined by the traumas and hardships you may have experienced in life. Rather, you become aware that you are the person in the driver's seat, and your reality is defined by what you want it to be. You are no longer held back. As you continue in isolation, you will also notice a change in thought patterns, a shedding of old paradigms, and a reconstruction of cognitive frameworks. In the words of the Roman philosopher Seneca, enjoying the moment without worrying about the future is the path to ultimate happiness. These significant mental changes are what give birth to "we all give our energy away to others," whether we realize it or not. Toxic relationships can drain us of our life force and leave us feeling depleted and unworthy. However, when we're alone, we can start to take that energy back and learn how to stay in it no matter what. The process of recovering spiritual energy requires a profound comprehension of the energetic dynamics that govern relationships, an improved outlook on life, and a noticeable shift in happiness and general fulfillment about existence. The character of the classical philosopher Heraclitus says that the concept of destiny highlights the significance of comprehending how the energy transferred in relationships impact an individual's character and, in turn, their destiny. Being alone enables you to reflect on this and understand the significance of who you give your energy to and how you can best use it going forward. Whether that be on a business workout routine, meditation, or anything that requires a great deal of energy to be invested into. As a result, we can see that Asian is a fantastic tool for breaking toxic energetic ties with others. You may have been around toxic friends, family, or anyone else on a daily basis. These people can drain our emotional energy without even realizing it. This procedure is similar to the insight shared by the renowned poet Rumi, who famously remarked, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." Through recognizing and healing the wounds caused by toxic relationships, people can open the door for spiritual light to enter, revitalizing their essence. We become depleted of energy and may lose touch with our actual selves when we are in toxic relationships. So this can be a challenging and painful process, but it is vital for growth and healing. Through the process of self-discovery and self-love, isolation offers us the chance to step back from these relationships and concentrate on our own healing. We can reconnect with our inner selves and learn how to set boundaries, strengthen our sense of self, and draw more fulfilling relationships into our lives. According to Lao, seek the divine within yourself, and you will find the answers to the mysteries of the universe. Isolation can be seen as a sacred space where a person can establish a deep and meaningful connection with God or the divine. This connection is often referred to as a spiritual awakening, where one becomes aware of the presence of a higher power and its role in our lives. By going inward and exploring our thoughts and feelings, the process of self-exploration in solitude can be a life-changing experience that opens us up to the possibility of receiving guidance from the divine, which can aid us in finding meaning and purpose in our lives. Hermes Trismegistus emphasizes that through prayer and meditation, we can improve and strengthen our relationship with God. As the divine speaks to us through the language of silence, the human desire to connect with the divine is a deep and meaningful interaction that involves the entirety of one's existence, the mind, body, and spirit. This connection is not limited to a mere intellectual understanding, but rather a heartfelt communication that touches the depths of our being. In quiet contemplation, we hear the whispers of eternity. When we connect with the divine in this way, we can begin to see beyond the limitations of the material world. Our sense of self expands, and we become more aware of the interconnectedness of all things. This newfound awareness can lead to a greater sense of compassion and empathy towards others, as we recognize that we are all parts of a larger whole. The Sufi mystic Ibn Arabic's words perfectly capture this experience. In essence, finding a connection with the divine is a courageous voyage of self-discovery. Your heart is like an ocean, Delve into its deep depths to know your actual self. Honesty as well as a readiness to delve into our deepest feelings. The spiritual journey necessitates a great deal of courage and resilience. It demands that you let go of all illusions and attachments, which may cause you to go through periods of intense emotional turmoil and upheaval. Whether or not you are willing to follow the truth, it will guide you on this path. And it doesn't matter how willing you are to accept this process. While taking a voluntary approach will help the process go more smoothly, the most important lesson of all is to surrender to the process and give up all control. In the process, you will discover a lot about who you are not. By committing yourself to this path step by step, you will gain the freedom to let go of any distractions or hindrances that are not relevant to your spiritual development. You will also learn about trust, love, and commitment, and how these qualities can be applied to your spiritual growth. It's not common for people to experience a spiritual awakening. Therefore, you should value this unique and valuable experience. Although it may be difficult at times, the benefits are immeasurable. You learn more about yourself and the world around you, and you'll feel connected to something bigger than yourself, which has the power to positively transform your life. Feeling alone during your spiritual journey is not unusual, but you must learn to accept and value these times of solitude because they help you develop a deep understanding of your spirituality. You may relax knowing that everything is conspiring to help you achieve greatness.